We decided that if we're going to fight a military campaign against England, we should fight an economic and a propaganda and political campaign against England too, and fabric is at the heart of all of those. Weaving is the trade that we talk about a lot. It's a skilled trade that would have required a 7-year apprenticeship, just like dyeing would have, but we're trying to show you as much of the process as we can in one place.
There are a lot of reasons why the weaving trade never really developed here in colonial America. The biggest reason is that this is England's job. This is what employs a tremendous number of people over in England. They have better technology, better resources, better infrastructure to make fabric. And as a colony, it's not our job to compete with that, it's our job to participate. So we grow tobacco here and we buy ready-made fabric from England. It's a lot easier to do it that way.
So we started making fabric here in Virginia in the 18th century as a form of protest against the British government. Fabric is a huge part of the 18th century economy back in England. So we decided that if we're going to fight a military campaign against England, we should fight an economic and a propaganda and political campaign against England too. And fabric is at the heart of all of those. So every inch of fabric we can make is another inch of fabric I don't have to buy from England, and maybe they'll decide it's not worth fighting the war against us.
It would take someone an incredibly long time to produce enough homespun fabric to make an outfit. We need to first card the wool and then spin it into yarn and then set up a loom and then weave that fabric. On average, best case scenario, you're looking at least 13 hours of processing per square yard for our very fastest fiber being wool. So while it's technically doable, most people didn't make their own fabric.
The Williamsburg Manufactory and the Williamsburg Manufacturing Society was a group of businessmen here in Williamsburg that founded a manufactory, a place to make fabric. It would have been just outside of town. We know that they were making fabric, they say, for sailcloth, so to help the war effort. Originally, they advertised in the Virginia Gazette that they want skilled tradespeople who know how to do it. Eventually, they start advertising they want anyone who knows how to do it to show up. And to show you how fabric's being made in the 18th century, by the time the war is over, they're actually advertising to enslaved and free Africans here in Williamsburg, because these would have been the people who would have been making fabric on large plantations as part of the war effort, being forced by their masters to make fabric, and these would have been some of the most skilled tradespeople.
We preserve the weavers trade here at Colonial Williamsburg because it's a pretty crucial part of our revolutionary past. A lot of people spent a lot of time talking about what it would mean for England if we stopped buying their fabric. So by making some here in the colonies, we show a pretty crucial part of the protest that took place before and during the revolution. We also make fabric that the museum needs. Not a lot of people make 18th century textiles anymore.